China is helping Brunei to build a bridge project across the sea, which will link Brunei's two cities after the bridge is completed. Now people travel between Temburong and the center of Brunei, which will be shortened from the original 2 hours to 15 minutes. The sea crossing bridge built by China has promoted the economic development of the two places and brought new hope to Brunei. But who would have thought that such a great bridge project would be opposed by Malaysia? This is how it happened. Thank you for watching the video. Why not subscribe to China Prowess? Let's discover more exciting projects in the world together. Among all the countries in Southeast Asia, Brunei belongs to a relatively rich country. However, due to the relatively small land area, the population is only about 400,000. The entire territory of Brunei is divided into two parts, half in the west and the other half in the east, separated by the Limbang area in Malaysia. This has led to a poor industrial foundation and a single economic structure in Brunei. This is somewhat similar to Malay Island and Airport Island in the Maldives. But in 2018, China successfully helped the Maldives build a sea-crossing bridge that connects Malay Island with other islands. The travel between the two places has become more convenient, and it has also promoted the economic development between the Maldives regions. After China successfully helped the Maldives build a cross-sea bridge, Brunei also saw hope. The distance between the two regions of Brunei is not far. There is only a Brunei Bay between the west and the east, and the width is only more than 27 kilometers. If a sea-crossing bridge can be built on the Brunei Bay, the travel time between the two areas will be shortened by more than 1 hour, and Brunei's economy will also be better developed. But for the country of Brunei, there is simply not enough basic strength to build a bridge across the sea. For this reason, Brunei learned from the Maldives and asked China for help in building a Temburong sea-crossing bridge. But you know what? The Temburong Sea Bridge was opposed by Malaysia during the project planning period. This is how it happened. In fact, the main reason why Malaysia does not approve of the construction of the Temburong Bridge is because it will cause certain losses to Malaysia. Since Brunei declared its independence, Brunei's territory has been divided into two parts, separated by the Limbang area in Malaysia. There is no land passage between the two places, so it is very inconvenient to travel. All the connections between the two lands of Brunei basically need to go through the Limbang area in Malaysia, which can generate a lot of extra income for Malaysia every year. Once the Temburong Sea Crossing Bridge is completed, it is no longer necessary to pass through Malaysia's Limbang area from the capital of Brunei to Temburong in the future, which will have a certain impact on Malaysia. But the construction of Temburong, Brunei's long-term wish to build the Brunei Sea Bridge, is the century-old wish of Brunei. Despite Malaysia's objections for various reasons, Brunei still hopes to get help from China. So is China willing to help Brunei build the sea-crossing bridge? Perhaps most people don't know that China and Brunei have maintained diplomatic exchanges for hundreds of years in history. Although the period was interrupted by other factors, the two countries established a strategic cooperative relationship again in 2013, and Brunei was the first country to join China's One Belt, One Road initiative. Now, the field of economic and trade cooperation between China and Brunei is gradually expanding, and the economic development of Brunei has also been greatly changed. Moreover, China also has strong infrastructure strength, and has built many amazing sea-crossing bridges in recent years. Whether it is in terms of construction speed or project quality, China has almost surpassed most countries in Europe and the United States. Under this peaceful and cooperative relationship, China and Brunei finally signed a bridge construction agreement, and will invest $380 million to build the Temburong Sea Crossing Bridge. The Temburong Bridge is the largest infrastructure project in Brunei, with a bridge length of 30 kilometers and an investment of $380 million. After completion, it will be the longest sea-crossing bridge in Southeast Asia. After 3 years of construction by the Chinese engineering team, the Temburong Sea Crossing Bridge was officially open to traffic in March 2020. This bridge connects the two territories of Brunei, and the journey that originally took 2 hours was shortened to 15 minutes. This has made a huge contribution to the traffic and economy between the two places in Brunei. In addition to the Temburong Sea Crossing Bridge, China also helped Brunei build another sea crossing bridge, which is the Great Muara Island Bridge. Big Muara Island Bridge is Brunei's first sea crossing bridge. It is an important cross-sea passage connecting Muara District and Great Muara Island. Since 2003, Brunei officials have made as an important economic development project. The island includes building infrastructure on the island and building it into a container terminal, a petrochemical base and an export processing base. However, the development of Muara Island has been stagnant for a long time due to traffic restrictions. For the maximum in order to develop and utilize the island to the greatest extent, Brunei is in great need of building a cross-sea bridge connecting the island and the land. The Big Muara Island Bridge is 5,915 meters long, with a total investment of about $200 million and a design speed of 100 kilometers per hour. Since both the Big Muara Bridge and the Temburong Sea Crossing Bridge were built by China, they also started construction at the same time. At that time, some American engineers kept discrediting China through the media. They believed that China cannot build two sea crossing bridges in other countries at the same time, and will build two very failed sea crossing bridges for Brunei at the same time. However, it only took China 3 years to convince the engineers who had discredited China. Construction of the Great Muara Island Bridge began in 2015. During the construction process, China faced many complicated difficulties. Since the Great Muara Island Bridge is the first bridge built in Brunei by China, it must comply with European and Brunei construction standards, which are quite different from China's construction standards. Companies from the two countries have wasted a lot of time on bridge coordination and exploration. In addition, the Big Muara Island Bridge belongs to the government's cash bidding project, and it is necessary to cooperate with local enterprises as much as possible during construction. But the problem is that there is almost no industry in Brunei, and most of the raw materials for bridge construction need to be imported from other countries, which greatly limits the speed of China's bridge construction. After 3 years of hard work by China, in 2018, China completed the Great Muara Island Bridge as scheduled and handed it over to the Brunei local government for acceptance. After the Great Muara Island Bridge is officially open to traffic, the connection between the Great Muara Island and the land will be more convenient, which is of great significance to the economic development of Brunei. The cooperation between the two countries on the Cross-Sea Bridge project has also brought the relationship between the two countries closer. It is believed that with the cooperation with China, Brunei's economic development will achieve a qualitative leap. In the future, there will definitely be more bridges built in China in other countries. If you think the video content is not bad, start on, and you will receive more similar wonderful content in the future.